Hello YouTubers, Class 87 fan here with a look at my Video125 Driver's Eye View collection. First off we have HST West and HST Far West, filmed in 1986 and 1990 respectively. The former takes you from Exeter to Saltash, the latter Saltash to Penzance. As the title implies, both were filmed aboard HSTs. And this was narrated by the late Anton Rogers. Next we have Cambrian Coast from McCuntliffe to Barmouth, filmed in 1988 aboard the Class 150 Sprinter unit. Includes a detailed look at Talclyn and Fairbourne. Next we have Chiltern Take 2, filmed in 1989. This is two journeys. First journey from Paddington to West Ruislip aboard the Class 50035 Ark Royal to be exact. Second journey is Marylebone to Banbury aboard the Class 115 unit, and this was narrated by Philip Hayton. Next we have Festiniog and Conwy, filmed in 1992. This is the Festiniog Railway and the Blaenau Festiniog to Llandudno branch. First journey is aboard a double fairly, Merdin Emrys to be exact. Second journey aboard a Class 101, and this was narrated by Arthur Haynes Davis. Next we have HST Great West, filmed in 1993. This is Paddington to Exeter via Bristol. On the board of HST again, and was also narrated by Anton Rogers. Next we have Wessex, filmed in 1994. This is Weymouth to Waterloo, aboard the Class 442 unit. This was filmed in 1994 and was narrated by Fred Dinage. Also includes a look at Weymouth Quay tramway, aboard the Class 73. Next we have Cross City, filmed in 1995. This is the Cross City line from Redditch to Lichfield, aboard the Class 323. This was narrated by K. Alexander. Next we have Metropolitan Main Line, also filmed in 1995. This is the Metropolitan line from Aldgate to Amersham, plus the branch lines to Chesham, Uxbridge, etc. This was narrated by Rob Curling and was filmed aboard S Stock, I believe it was called. Next we have my personal favourite, the Royal Scot, also filmed in 1995 with line-side shots filmed in 1996. This is the West Coast Main Line from Euston to Glasgow, aboard the Class 87, 87011 the Black Prince to be exact. This is in two parts. Part 1 is Euston to Preston, and Part 2 Preston to Glasgow. This was narrated by Fred Dinage. Next we have the Northern Lights, filmed in 1996. This is Edinburgh to Aberdeen, aboard the HST. This is narrated by Paul Collier. Includes a look at the Forth Bridge and Tay Bridge. And next we have Intercity Norwich in 1997. This is Norwich to Liverpool Street, aboard the Class 86, 86250 the Glasgow Herald to be exact. This was narrated by Chris Denning and was filmed shortly after the takeover by Anglia Railways, where everything was still in the old colours. Indeed, the only sign of the new ownership is on the drivers' uniforms. Next we have Connex Express, filmed in 1998. This is Brighton to Victoria, aboard the Class 319 unit. And this was narrated by Fred Dinage again. And next we have Norfolk branches in 1998 again. This is various branch lines around Norfolk, radiating out of Norwich. We've got lines to Sheringham, Yarmouth and Lowestoft. Plus as a bonus feature is a look at the North Norfolk Railway. Most of this was aboard the Class 150 unit. with the Norfolk section aboard class 101. Notable highlights include the swing bridge at Reedham and the Bure Valley Railway. Next we have The Flying Scotsman, filmed in 1999 with some line-side shots in 2000. This is the East Coast Main Line from King's Cross to Edinburgh. This was filmed aboard a Class 91 and was narrated by Fred Dinage again. Highlights include a detailed look at Mallard and the run over the approaches to Newcastle and the run along the North Sea coast. Next we have Midland Main Line, filmed in 2000. This was St Pancras to Sheffield aboard a HST, showing St Pancras before it was transformed for the Eurostars. This was narrated by David McEwen. It also shows the Midland Main Line in the days when HSTs and Turbostars were the norm, before the Meridians came. Next we have Transpennine Express, filmed in 2000. This is Manchester to York aboard a Class 158 Sprinter unit. This was narrated by Jeff Druitt. Notable highlights include Stanage Tunnel and Huddersfield Station. Next we have Highland Main Line, filmed in 2001. This is Perth to Inverness aboard a Class 170 rather. Notable highlights include the run through the Pass of Dromukta and the look at the Strathspey Railway at Abbey Moor. This was narrated by Sally Magnuson. Other highlights include various line-side footage, including a couple of shots of GNER HSTs. Next we have the Down Fishguard, filmed in 2002. This is Swindon to Fishguard aboard the First Great Western HST. This was narrated by Richard Bath. This was filmed during the transition where fag packet livery was predominating, but you can see some of the Barbie style coming in some shots. Highlights here include the run through the Severn Tunnel, the run through Port Talbot, and the run over the branch to Fishguard. Next we have the Uckfield Thumper, filmed in 2003. This is Uckfield to East Croydon aboard a Class 205 unit, narrated by Fred Dinage. Next we have Licky Voyager, filmed in 2005. This is Bristol to Derby aboard a Class 221 Super Voyager, or not so super Voyajunk as I like to call them. This was filmed in 2005 and was narrated by Alan Hardwick. The main highlight is the Licky Incline. Indeed, there's some bonus footage showing a Class 60 with a steel coil train heading up the bank, banked by a 66. Next, Bakerloo and City, filmed in 2007. This implies this is the Bakerloo line and the Waterloo and City line, narrated by Rob Koenig again. There's a special bonus feature on this called the Million to One shot, taken at South Kenton, where we have 2 Pendolinos, 2 321s, 2 Bakerloo trains and 2 Metropolitan trains, all seen within the space of 40 seconds. Next we have Welsh Highland Railway, filmed in 2014. This is Carnarvon to Porthmadog aboard Garrett number 138. Main highlights here include the run through the Aberglaslyn Pass and the street run into Porthmadog. This was narrated by Arthur Haynes Davis again. As well as the driver's eye views, I've also recently acquired this, HST Tracks, the Valenta Scream. This is various footage of HSTs filmed between 1986 and 2006, showcasing, most of this is unused takes of HSTs. Shows off some great use of the Valentas. Notable examples include a shot from Far West showing a set leaving Bodmin. And there's a sequence from Midland Main Line showing a set going at full speed through Harlington. In addition, I also have Learning to Steam, which is Arthur Haynes Davis going through a driver experience course at the Great Central Railway.